What is going on, guys? Happy Monday. Welcome to another live stream. Your driver Mike here. We're talking about hustle on this Monday. I'm excited to present to you the brand new Elgato key lights, giving us this awesome LED lighting. You can tell I like it, right? The lighting looks pretty fresh, doesn't it, guys? So lots to come here on the channel. Lots of upgrades to the channel. I surveyed you, asking you guys what you wanted to see here as far as improvements on the channel, as far as equipment, and you made your voice known. We are updating the image. Actually, the image isn't bad right now with the lighting. I say the image is pretty good. April is first. What's up, Mike? How's it going, April? April and everyone watching. We're talking about hustle today. I'm excited. I feel good on this Monday. Hopefully you guys are feeling good on this Monday here. I got my coffee next to me. And today it's not going to be too long of a stream here, but it's going to be power packed. And we're going to get your focus right for 2019. Hey, we're already in February. We already started the year, guys. I hope you killed January. I hope you had a big January, because I know I had a really big January. So if you haven't done so already, you need to get your mind right for 2019. We're going to be talking about it in today's live stream. So I have something for you guys. I want to show you what we're going to be talking about today. So what we're going to talk about today is getting your hustle right. Getting your hustle right in 2019, guys. So let's just jump right into it. Hey, if this is the first time that we're meeting, my name is Mike, and this channel is dedicated to your success in the gig economy, whether that be rideshare, Uber and Lyft. If this is delivery, DoorDash, Amazon Flex, Uber Eats, Postmates, or if it's another one of those guys, so many gigs out there in the gig economy, in the ultimate side hustle, charging Lime scooters. Hey, who knows what else is coming? I know I asked you guys if you wanted to learn about Airbnb. That's coming as well. So nice to meet you. If it is your first time here, number one, guys, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get uncomfortable. I heard a saying, done is better than perfect. You got to start. You got to get uncomfortable. You just got to do it. You can't wait until everything's perfect in your mind. Let me know in the comments if you're a perfectionist. Let me know in the comments if you've ever felt like, you couldn't get something started, or you didn't want to move on to another project because you kept trying to perfect whatever it is that you were working on. You gotta get uncomfortable in 2019. They say, what else? To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never did. So I actually wrote on my board in the office this. I wrote in the office, get uncomfortable, and the lighting changed here. Let's go back to that. April. Oh my gosh. April with a $20 super chat, taking over the studio / bedroom. April, I'm feeling awesome. Make 2019 and beyond great. I love the motivation from you. April, that means a lot. Wow, I think that might have been the biggest super chat we've ever got here on the channel. Thank you so much. That is huge. And that's going to go right back into the channel for our Logitech Brio webcam that we're going to be ordering here in the next week. April, you're awesome. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. April's being awesome. I was going to say, the lighting in the room behind me just changed to the lighting on this kind of slide here. I was like, oh, wow, that's matching pretty nicely. So guys, I wrote this on my board in the office, right, at work. I wrote, get uncomfortable today. And I told my boss that. I said, check it out. Look what I wrote on the board. Get uncomfortable. And here's a quote from, you can see, the VP of Sales for Cardone Technologies, a great sales guru, real estate mogul, Grant Cardone. Really, his works and his books, videos, changed my mindset about the hustle. I'm going to show you something, a power read coming up here. So this is from Jared Glant, his VP of Sales, says you need to do things every day that make you uncomfortable. You really do. The moment you're uncomfortable is the moment you're growing. Think about that. The moment you're uncomfortable, that's when you're growing. You're interacting with new people, hanging out with people you never typically would have, spoken to or kind of networked with, right? Taking on stretch assignments, making the call, having call reluctance is what really held me back in 2018. And even further, previously, call reluctance, being nervous. Oh, I gotta call someone. This is gonna make me nervous. I'm talking to millennials out there, Generation Z. Guys, I know you're nervous to pick up the phone and talk to somebody on the phone. Hey, even if you're a baby boomer generation, get uncomfortable on the phone. Make the call, right? You have to get uncomfortable every day. Well, how do you get uncomfortable? Okay, let's talk about that. Number one, ask for stretch assignments. This goes down to career goals. Think about it. Ask for stretch assignments, something that challenges you and to try something new in the office, at work, what have you. When you ask for stretch assignments, you're going above and beyond, you're asking for more, you're taking on more responsibilities. It's going to make you uncomfortable, but it's also going to help you learn and help you stand out in your career. Hey, Rideshare Rockstar, thanks for being here. I'm a professional list. I try to excel in everything I do. That's fantastic. As you should. Be a professional in everything you do. Be exceptional at everything you do. Enroll in classes and certificates. I don't want 2019 to be the year where you say, I really intended on getting my degree, or I really intended on getting that advanced certification in whatever it is, right? Or I really intended on learning this or that. When I graduated with my undergrad degree from Penn State University, I had in my mind as a goal for myself that I wanted an MBA. And some years went by, and I was in the workforce, and I was lucky to have an employer that covered most of that MBA. So I took advantage of that opportunity, and I did it. And I know that there's people that I would talk with in the office that they'd also want their MBA. They knew of the company program. So whatever it is, don't wait. And don't wait for the opportune time. I still would have gotten that MBA if I didn't have an employer that paid for it, because it's something that I wanted to do. So in 2019, right now, make it in February. Right now in February, don't wait. Because before you know it, it's going to be November. Okay? You want to get this done. Enroll in that class. Go to your community college, whatever it is, and get that certification. It's going to add skills. It's going to help you stand out. And again, get uncomfortable. Hey, start a business. Do it. Start a business. You will give yourself every reason under the sun why you can't start a business. And other people will give you every reason under the sun why it's so hard to start a business. The economy's not right. You don't have enough capital. You're not an absolute guru or expert in that space. You don't have to be a guru, guys. Take what you know, if starting a business is something you're interested in, and go for it in 2019. How to get uncomfortable? Make cold calls. Do the presentations. Public speaking. Guys, when it comes to right here on YouTube, when I started in January of 2017, yeah, I was uncomfortable, but I pushed past that feeling of being uncomfortable. I said, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And it was painful. It hurt. I was in front of the camera. I'm like, oh, this feels awkward. I feel just so uncomfortable, right? And nervous. The way that I would talk. You look at those old videos are still up there. You'll see a night and day. So whatever it is, jump into it. Talk to experts in the space that you admire that are doing what you want to do, and just go for it. Because 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, you'll be amazed on the difference of how you are now versus then. Hey, try something you've never tried before. This is something that I want to challenge myself in for 2019. I'll put this out to you here on the live stream, guys. And let me know where you're watching from. Uber Girl Paula LA, thanks for joining. I need to challenge myself, and I want you to challenge yourself on this. I like, and you probably like, hey, we like comfort, right? It's the safe space, being comfortable, safe, going with what you know. So trying something different, again, getting uncomfortable, that's going to allow you to grow. Try something new. Activities, when it comes to the gig economy, try different apps, try different driving strategies. When I do delivery, let's say, I will drive most any time of the day, at least just to check it out. I've driven the 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., right, lunch rush. I've driven the 4 p.m. until about 8 p.m. Dinner rush. Okay, I've even gone online after 10 p.m. to try to catch some of that bar food late night crowd, right? Your schedule varies. Based on when you want to drive varies, right? Demand and trends change every single month, season, right? Try something different. Let me give you a practical example here. Uber Girl Paula says, exactly, I just started driving for Hop, Skip, Drive. Very good, and there you go. Think about it. Worst case scenario, guys, is something may not be a good fit for you, especially in the gig economy. Let me ask you, what's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen in the gig economy when you try different apps? That's why I tell people, try it out. Apply for Amazon Flex, or just try Postmates or DoorDash. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's, especially in the gig economy, you have ultimate freedom. It's like, it doesn't work for me. No, the pay wasn't great, right? And then you just don't use that app anymore. That's it. That's really the worst case scenario. Now, if we're talking about bigger decisions, right, things that have financial ramifications, right, going to the class or getting that degree, what have you, certainly weigh the cost and benefit, right? Uber Girl Paula says, yes, absolutely. You must get out of your comfort zone to learn new things. Here's something I want to point out before I get into this practical example, guys. So I have this fantastic scenario, guys. I want to share with you. I heard this somewhere. Can't remember where I heard it, but listen to this. Say two people are going for a job, a promotion, right, in an office. And one person has 20 years of experience, and someone has 8 years of experience, right? Similar, let's say, degrees, right? Education, right? Let's factor that out. Whatever. Let's factor out. Let's assume most things are the same, right? I know there's a lot to consider, but the person with 8 years of experience gets a promotion. And the knee-jerk reaction a lot of the times is the person with 20 years of experience will say, well, wait a minute, I have 20 years of experience. Why in the world would someone with 8 years of experience get a promotion over me? Well, when you dig down into it, you don't have 20 years of experience. You have 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. Think about that. If you don't try anything new, if you go in and it's hard to hear, it's hard to hear. And to come to the realization that I didn't learn anything new, I didn't try anything new, I didn't challenge myself, I didn't take any stretch assignments for 20 years, most people will ignore that fact, the cold hard fact that they didn't push themselves, right? Don't be that person. That's why the person with 8 years of experience got the promotion, because they're constantly asking for more challenges. Hey, how can I help, right? Is there anything else I can do? Can you challenge me somehow? What else can I learn? Or hey, I read this 2 books last month. It was in just networking with your leadership team, what have you, right? Showing initiative, and it's painful. I get it. Can you imagine, right? Well, you didn't really do anything for the 20. Don't be that person. I see you guys in here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Lots of comments. Lots of comments here, guys. Uber Gold Paula says you're never too old to learn. There we go. You are never too old to learn. So let me give you a practical example here for myself. 2018. Like I told you guys. Now I've done tens of thousands of phone calls in customer service, right? I've had business to business, B2B, business to consumer, B2C experience. So I've had face-to-face interaction with customers, right? But the vast majority of my experience is on the phone. Tens of thousands of phone calls, inbound and outbound. But last year, in 2018, having my first opportunity in actual sales, right, coming from customer service, is I had a lot of call reluctance. Nerves, picking up the phone, calling somebody. This is making me nervous. I don't know if I can do this. And I played it safe, that I didn't want to make the call. I'm resetting the Phillips hue there, back up for grabs. I didn't want to make the calls, right? I was nervous. And I had low goals, and I had a mindset of contraction, right? Well, let's look at 2019. Let's look at this year. Now, I always had the mindset of trying to 10x my goals, really get my hustle right in 2018. But I could have done so much more. 2018 is behind us. Okay. 2019, I'm attacking, making the call, be bold. When you have call reluctance or whatever it is, you're going into a meeting, right? You're going to go up to someone that you are romantically interested in. You want to express your interest to somebody at a party, what have you, right? You got to do it. You know, when I'm looking at my phone and I'm thinking, I really don't want to make this call. I don't want to talk to this person. I had someone just shut me down, right? You have to keep pushing, right? There's a good book, guys. It's called Go for the No. And it talks about literally going for the no to filter out the no's and to get to the yes. So again, if you're going up to that person that you're romantically interested in, you're probably going to get no more often than yes, right? If you're going to make that call, the sales call, what have you, you're going to get no more often than yes. But you got to get the repetitions in, get comfortable. You got to kick fear in the face. As Sean Cannell says on Think Media, a great YouTube help channel for anyone that's interested in creating a channel. Think Media, the creator of that really fantastic entrepreneur, Sean Cannell says, punch fear in the face. He said, not kick. You got to punch fear in the face. And again, it's about getting uncomfortable. And at first, you're going to be like, oh, I made the call anyway, and it still went really bad. Just another bad call. Okay, fine, I can do it. I can make another call, and that call goes really bad, right? You can't break to that. There's been times where that happens. Bad call after bad call, or bad customer interaction, or you get shut down talking to that guy or that girl, right? You have to keep pushing and get uncomfortable. AZ Driver, thanks for joining. Paula is the ultimate hustler. Working hard. Timothy Wong, thanks for being here. I appreciate you joining the live stream. So you have to have a mindset of expansion. Align your mind and your goals every single day. When you wake up, don't be lazy, flat out. Don't be lazy. And if you're thinking right now, that's BS. That's a bunch of motivational guru talk that you're regurgitating. I'm sorry, but you have to do this. I mean, what's the alternative? Forget it. That's junk. I'm going to go in and just put in my 9 to 5. I'm going to work maybe a little bit harder, but I've never really seen gains from it. Well, hey, I can work harder, Mike, but I haven't seen any gains. Then you're not consistent enough. You can't expect 1 or 2 hours of extra work, here and there, or one stretch assignment, and immediately you're going to be making a ton of money, or immediately you're going to be getting a lot of attention, right? Or you try to approach that guy or the girl 1 or 2 times, it doesn't work out, you say, forget it, right? My mindset really changed in, I would say, 2017. And I'm going to show you some of the influencers that kind of helped with that. But a great late sales guru, Zig Ziglar, back in the day, big sales guru, said, when that clock goes off in the morning, it's not an alarm clock, it's an opportunity clock. And I know it sounds cliche, and sometimes I wake up and I'm dead tired because I need my caffeine. I'm saying, forget that opportunity clock, I'm tired. I get that. We're not pretending like everything is always going to be super amazing, right? I get it. You have your off days, you have your bad days. But if I can turn a bad day into a good day, and make those calls, close some deals, or if you're interacting with customers, what have you, if you can wow a customer versus you really not caring as much and just trying to get that customer out of your, interaction or your store, what have you, right? That's when you win. Hey, Joseph, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So here's 3 books. Fantastic reads, guys. Fantastic read. 2 by Grant Cardone, Be Obsessed or Be Average, and the 10X Rule, and a big power read that we've featured once here on the channel, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. I will say the book on the right, guys, completely changed my hustle and my focus. Again, in probably late 2016 is when I got into Grant Cardone's books, publications, right? And really motivated me starting the YouTube channel in January of 2017. Check out these three books. And Grant's newest publication on the left, Be Obsessed or Be Average, talks about just that. Think about all the greats, right? Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, right? All the greats in business, what have you, sports, entertainment. They were all obsessed, right? Now, sure, God-given talent, right? But they were obsessed at honing their skills. So if you want to be exceptional, you have to study and behave at an exceptional level. You can't expect to have average input and expect exceptional output. It just doesn't work that way. And it's hard to buy into. I understand that. Mike, I have kids, I have a family, I have a social life. I don't have time to do all this crazy 10x stuff to 10x my efforts or be obsessed. I think I'm pretty obsessed already, right? Well, there's a give and take, you have to give something. If you want to make time for something, you have to make time for it. Timothy says, Mike, opportunity knocks only so many times, it may not knock again. There's the thing, is once you're in the mindset of being exceptional and really raising your standards, like Grant talks about in the 10x rule, you want to do 10x the goals, 10x the effort. And think about it, even if you fall short, right, you're still 8xing your income from last year. So you got to have this new hustle mindset, guys. Here's how to hustle in 2019. You got to call yourself out. It's tough. You have to call yourself out. Say, where am I slacking? Because you are slacking somewhere. I'm slacking somewhere, right? There's times where I will not get work done. And you could say it's being lazy. Now, I also advocate listening to your body and avoiding burnout, right? It is a give and take. And there's times where I have to listen to my body. My body needs rest, right? After physical activity, after work, after editing and working on YouTube stuff, what have you, right? Rest is also important. I recommend getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, for instance. But if you're slacking somewhere, right? If you find yourself, what I found, one of the reasons I got into the gig economy, guys, is I found myself not doing anything on the weekends. Yeah. I was watching TV, I was going out, I was playing video games. This was in 2015, right, when I signed up for Uber in October. And I was like, I need to challenge myself. I'm not really doing anything, I'm just spending money. I'm wasting my time. So I called myself out and said, hey, I can be a little bit more productive. There's more I can do here. Do what others won't, like we talked about. Challenging yourself, that's pretty straightforward. Less excuses, more action. So I also want to challenge myself in 2019 is to curb excuses, right? And I catch myself sometimes if I don't get something done or if I'm late for something. And you may start making an excuse. Like, oh, well, this, I didn't get this report done, what have you. Oh, I didn't get this done because of that, right? You'll make time if it's a priority. If you really want to get something done, you'll make time for it. Cut out the excuses. That's a goal for 2019 to get more done. Constant change and improvement, guys, in 2019. Again, getting uncomfortable, trying new things. Uber Girl Paula, very true. Challenging is good. Set tangible goals. Just had to remove that comment. Set tangible goals. So, and it's got to be measurable. I don't want you to set a goal of, I'm going to be a nicer person, or I'm going to be smarter. I'm going to be sharper this year. Try to set tangible goals. Now, if you have a goal of trying to be a better person, a nicer person, Now, it's not necessarily, let's say, numerical goals, but you could kind of make it numerical. You could say, well, I want to help out 5 different charities this year, or I want to go to a fundraising event or different fundraising events every month, right? You can write it down, you can document it, you can film it if you want, right? So that's a tangible goal, something you can actually measure against. Hey guys, you have to recognize the haters and the naysayers. Now, Grant, going back to Grant Cardone, says one of your biggest doubters, some of your biggest doubters are the naysayers. They're not the haters, they're the naysayers. And they may be people close to you, right? Your inner circle, they may say, nah, you can't go back to school. You can't start a business. You can't do that. Well, they're projecting their own insecurities. They're saying, hey, I can't do that. I couldn't start a business at 40. I couldn't go back to school at 36, right? Oh, it makes me feel so uncomfortable. They want to bring you down back to their level. And hey, that's a natural reaction, right? I'm not saying to cut off friends, but you may want to cut off people who are constantly being naysayers or just hating on you, right? Those toxic people, if you can cut off the bottom 3 friends. Actually, there was a great video from Gary Vaynerchuk who talks about just that, is cutting off the bottom 20% of your friends, of your social group. If people are holding you down, think about networking with people that are where you want to be, right? Exceptional top achievers, and networking with them, people that want to pull you up. Imagine where you'll be. You got to embrace discomfort, guys, like we mentioned. So what happens when you hustle? Timothy says, Mike, they're called the 2%ers, always pessimistic, hating life. So I've definitely realized that you can't pretend that life is always perfect all the time. You can't pretend you never get frustrated. I focus on being exceptional, being a high performer, trying to really convey positivity. And it's challenging sometimes. It really is. It's challenging sometimes, and I'll admit that. Right? You can't always be on. You can't always be positive, and things do get you. You're human. I'm human. And that's the fact of life. You're going to get upset about stuff. But when you get in the right mindset, you'll see here, you'll have haters and naysayers. They'll wonder why you've changed. Well, whoa, what are you doing here? Here's a nice story for you guys. I ran into a friend from high school. This was back in Pittsburgh. And I ran into a friend from high school. She was working at Whole Foods, and I was shopping there. And I think she had done some overseas work or some travel work, and she was doing this for the time being. And it was really when I was getting supercharged into a lot of this stuff and a lot of this teaching, the readings, right, entrepreneurship. And I remember her saying, she says, have you always been like this? Have you always been so driven? It's like kind of wondering, like, wow, it's so different than what I remember in high school. And I'm thinking, like, no, not really. And she wasn't being a naysayer. She was very nice. It's just people will notice the change, right? Number 2, you will fail more than ever. You'll fail quite often. It's going back to the gig economy, guys. Think of many Postmates runs that I've done. A handful, not a ton. Certainly a lot more DoorDash, but I was doing runs for like $4, $5, and it was taking a half an hour or more sometimes. With traffic here in San Diego, that's a fail, in my opinion. It's, the miles weren't too particularly long, but the time, the payout for like $4 or $5, you're gonna fail. Hey, Joven, thanks for being here. I really like this topic. I'm glad to hear it. I see all you guys in here. Hey, let's take a quick time out. Actually, let's take a quick time out right here. There we go. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do either. That's okay, guys. Hey, speaking of failure, how about this little tech issue right here? That's okay, we're fixing it. Actually, this reminds me of something right now. You can see our chat screen is just blown up, and I need to figure out how to fix that. There we go. So I remember once that I did a talent show for my undergrad. At Penn State, I did this talent show, and I juggled. I taught myself how to juggle. I think it was just really cool. And I was doing the performance. It was a small performance in the kind of common space of this dorm room, the building. I was in the common space downstairs. There was about 15 people, with the competitors and audience watching. And I remember dropping the juggling balls at least once. I think maybe just once, right? And a professor was watching. And at the end of it, he said, hey, I just want to let you know, and I still remember this. It was 2010, right? Wow, 9 years ago, guys. And he said, hey, I remember, I'm sorry. He said, hey, I was watching you, and I saw that you dropped the ball, and you just picked it up, and you kept going. You didn't let it affect you. You didn't even let it bother you. I just want to say that. I mean, that was really fantastic. That you kept going. You didn't let it affect you. So when you have the haters and the naysayers, guys, don't let them affect you. So let's see if we can get back into this here, guys. I do hope, by the way. Oh, okay. Now I remember why we actually got back into this shot here, because I wanted to take a little time out. And if you haven't done so already, guys, if you can do me a favor, if you can please leave a like on this video. Really quickly, shows me that you get value in this live stream. In the videos, in the content here on the channel, gets more people in here, more eyes on the channel, more people on Your Drive for Mike team. And of course, since we're streaming through the internet, right here on YouTube, it boosts us in YouTube's almighty algorithm, which is very important. So if you could leave a like on this video, really appreciate it. I don't know why the live chat window blew up whenever we went back to this window, but we keep moving. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys like the new window, huh? Fancy, right? We change the little the screen here a little bit. Very good. So think about this one. Your inner monologue will cast doubt. Think about, let's go back to like when I first started YouTube. Your inner monologue is screaming like, hey, you look dumb. You sound dumb. You sound like you don't know what you're doing. The lighting's not good. The sound's not good. The phone is balanced on something recording you. What are you doing? Right? That is so real. The inner monologue is almost kind of more challenging than the outer dialogue, right? And trust me, I get haters, every month, every week, maybe, on the channel here. And you don't see it because I nuke them. I delete those comments because I don't want that negativity in here. But, I get haters here on the channel. But the inner monologue of like, oh, you can be better. Why are you trying this thing, right? That's not for you. You're not like this. You got to ignore that. Again, your discomfort is growth. The new experiences, networks, skills, confidence. And never look back. Here's the thing. Here's what this means, guys. Once you commit to being exceptional, going all in, having that 10x goal, definitely read that book, The Subtle Art of Not, etc. Read that book. It's fantastic. It's about not caring, right, what other people think. And again, read those books by Grant Cardone. Basically, all of his books are fantastic for personal development and sales skills as well. But don't look back. Set the goal. Set the goal for this year to 2x your income, let's say. Or if you want to go all in, try to 10x your income. Something that I stress is multiple streams of revenue. And don't just say it. Say, well, okay, well, make a goal right now. I want 5 revenue streams. I want 8 revenue streams, whatever it is. And then again, make it tangible. By when? How many revenue streams do you want? Answer this question right now. If you're watching this live, you're watching this rebroadcast, I'm challenging you to answer this question right now. You can put it in the live chat or in the comments, or you can just answer it privately with yourself. How many revenue streams do you want, and by when? How many streams of revenue, and by when? Set that tangible timeline. Don't look back, right? You're never going to go back to the average person that you were. And remember, there's going to be constantly people that are like, why are you trying so hard, right? Why are you why are you trying to hit this? You don't need money to be happy. You will hear every excuse. And for some people, that's not the goal. Maybe you want to 10x your life with happiness with your family, with just your knowledge base, right? With treating other people better or going back to school and educating yourself. You know, some of you want to just 10x your revenue, your net income, and never apologize for wanting to be rich. Grant talks about that. Never apologize. That's, he says, the taboo of today's day and age is, oh, don't talk about money. What you have is enough. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to make a lot of money. Why? It's the naysayers. You know, maybe you don't want to make X amount of money, right? And that's fine. But you shouldn't be looked upon badly for working and earning that amount of money, if that's your thing, right? If that's your thing. And never look back. Guys, if you've enjoyed this stream, I'm going to take any questions right now. If you've enjoyed this stream, can you please share it with someone who needs to get their hustle right, their focus right in 2019, guys? If you can click the like button and the share button, send this out to somebody right now or right after this stream. Let's hear your questions. It can be about the gig economy. It can be about getting your mind right. Can I do this right this time? Yes. There we go. I don't know why the chat screen blew up the last time. I don't know, guys. Joseph asks, have you ever tried caviar? I applied, Joseph, but they're not here in San Diego, California. They are up in Los Angeles. So caviar, I've heard very good things. If you want to come to San Diego, I'm down. Let's do it. I like delivery. Delivery's been, and I'll tell you why, guys. It's a selfish reason. Flat out. It's a selfish reason why I like delivery. It's because I want to take care of my vehicle, and having the constant people getting in and out of my vehicle is a little concerning. Just for my interior of my car, you guys may know that I have a newer car now. So that, considering the payouts for rideshare, okay, versus the workload and the payout for delivery, because some delivery surges. And again, here's another thing. Don't apologize for taking care of yourself and your things. You know, people may be, oh, well, you know, you're giving up on rideshare, right? Or you're giving up on, you know, this job. You have a great job. Why would you leave this job, right? Take care of yourself. Take care of your own happiness. You can't live for somebody else, right? You can't live for what other people say. You know, do what makes you happy. And if you want to specialize in rideshare or scooter charging or delivery, a mix of both. If you want to do TaskRabbit, right? If you want to do Airbnb, when we talk about the gig economy, there's a lot out there. You can be an expert in what you want to be an expert in. You don't have to be an expert in a certain thing just because somebody tells you. Timothy Wong says mental state is huge. Absolutely. Absolutely. Eating right, being active, getting sleep, being around positive people. You'll, as Grant says, again, one of his books, he says you radiate energy, success, positivity, right? And people can almost see it. You just radiate that. Timothy says, I mean, being in a good place and being happy is huge. Yeah, being happy is huge. And guys, don't fake happiness either, right? If you're unhappy, do what's called the 5 whys. And we've mentioned it here on the channel, is ask yourself 5 times, okay, what's really bothering me? Is it I'm not making enough money? Well, why? Because I'm in a job that has really low pay increases per year. Okay, why? Because it's in this certain type of industry, and the industry doesn't pay that well. Why? Well, it's because, you know, so on and so on. It's a non-commission environment, right? That's kind of why I left customer service. Is I really did want to 10x my income, take charge of my own income, as well as the gig economy. Uber Girl Paula says, I also do Airbnb and Turo. Fantastic. We do have a live stream coming on Airbnb coming up. We do have a video on Turo, by the way, guys. M Silver Hammer, thanks for joining as always. Have you compared Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, and determined the best service? Yeah, The one that pays you the most. It's easy to say, but download all of them. Again, if you're going to go into a niche, rideshare, delivery, what have you, download them all. If we're talking about delivery here, M. Silverhammer, is look at the frequency of surge and earnings incentives. We know that Uber Eats surges. We know that DoorDash provides pretty consistent promotions as far as earnings. Postmates does, but from what I've seen, it's not that attractive earnings and it's not as frequent, as well as Blitz pricing, which is their surge pricing. I haven't seen it, at least here in San Diego. I have not been onboarded into Grubhub, but I would compare that obviously as well. Timothy Wong says, what a tremendous live stream. I'm glad you think so, Timothy. You look happy and positive. It's the lights. It's these fantastic Elgato lights. I'm so glad that we have these lights now, guys, so I can actually provide some lighting here, thankfully, and not just have a floor lamp lighting my face. Uber Girl Paula says, I want to try delivery on my bike. I think that's fantastic. Good exercise. They're not going to give you far runs because they know you're on a bike, right? And you register that in most profiles. It'll say, I'm using a bike. So they're not going to give you super far runs either. Uber Girl Paula says, have you seen the documentary called The Secret? I have not. Uber Girl Paula says, I Uber in whatever car is left, and soon it's just my bike or the horse. Your Uber Eats horse is arriving now. Joven, you look happy and positive. Oh, is that? Oh, I misread that. I thought it was someone else. Joven, thank you very much. I didn't read who that was from. Thank you. Timothy says, yeah, Mike, basically when I do rideshare, I try to set a goal of so many rides or a dollar amount for the day, and 8 or 9 times out of 10, I attain it. Fantastic. That means you know your market. You know your market, you know how the apps work. Guys, pay attention to this. If you're going to tune out, that's a good point that Timothy just made. So if you're new to any of these niches in the gig economy, rideshare, or delivery, your first goal should be to familiarize yourself with the apps and become an expert in the apps, right? So kind of immerse yourself, maybe in just one app at a time, and understand the demand trends, how they work, how frequently you get earnings incentives, do they surge? If so, when? What's the highest surge you should expect? Like for instance, on Amazon Flex, I know it surges. Typically maybe 150%, which is a 2x multiplier if you're thinking about it that way. But I know that Amazon Flex will typically max out at about 150%. I know that DoorDash has block bonuses. It'll give you a bonus per delivery. And those cap out at $4, an extra $4 per delivery. So I know that if I get a DoorDash delivery block with a plus $3, that I can go online with a DoorDash at plus $3, and or I can also go online with Amazon Flex. So if I get a run on Amazon Flex, if it comes in first, right, if that's the first app to give me a request, and it's a higher surge than $3, if they give me like a $15 run, it's on 100%, 125% surge, I'm going to take that run because I know typically on DoorDash, I'm going to get maybe $7, $8, $9 runs with that plus $3, $4 incentive, right? So once you become a master in these apps, then you can really play around with the numbers and maximize your income. M. Silverhammer says, do you know anything about Deliv? I do not. I mean, I could probably look them up here in the App Store. I've never even really heard of them. Ah, okay. I do see them here in the App Store. Not a lot of ratings. Interesting, though. Uber Girl Paula, whatever you project out will come back to you. They always say what? Put good in, get good out, you know? Uber Girl Paula, you haven't seen The Secret. Mike. A documentary called The Secret? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Any other questions, guys? Oh, feel free to give me some more questions. We'll go for another, 5 or 10 minutes here. I did want to tell you one other thing. I'm trying to remember here. Oh, yes. A little fact in the gig economy. We did a video titled, I Just Can't Recommend This App. And I was talking about Wrapify, the app that pays you to wrap your car with an advertisement. Well, I saw an article today that featured, San Diegans working the side hustle to make extra money. And they featured Wrapify. Now I'm thinking, well, hey, I've done 4,500 miles. Where's my side hustle offer? I thought that was kind of funny that they're highlighting Wrapify, but I've done 4,500 miles and didn't get an offer to make some money with that. Another reason why you diversify. Maybe I just didn't qualify. I get it. Maybe you just didn't qualify for it, but you got to have your hands in a lot of pots, because once the lid closes on one, then you still got all the other revenue streams. That kind of goes back to setting multiple revenue streams, right? Hey, Chocolate Slayer says, what I miss, I'm late. I'm sorry, Chocolate. We are wrapping it up here. You can watch the rebroadcast. We're talking about getting your hustle right in 2019. Hi, Joseph. Thanks for being here. I do work on Deliv, I think you meant. It's delivering packages from Best Buy and Fry's. Fry's is an electronics store that I just found out about, because they don't have that in Pittsburgh or the East Coast, I guess. Yeah, those on-demand delivery apps. I think that may be next for me, guys. I heard Ship, SHIPT, is an on-demand delivery app. I may have to check some of that out, because I've been really specializing in food delivery. I love delivery. It's pretty easy. You go there, you park, you get your thing, your package or your food, and you deliver it, and you're done. Now, rideshare, it's pretty clean too, obviously. You get there, you don't even have to get out. Passenger gets in, drive, done, they get out, right? So, pretty easy apps. Joseph, have you heard about a company called Aussie? I have not. Now, there are these companies that pop up, right? This Aussie here, or Deliv, they may just be smaller that I haven't really heard about them. Now, they usually pop up in articles. I'll find them, right? Featured articles, or maybe an ad that they'll see. I'll see them pop up that way. M. Silverhammer says, I've looked many times, but never see any Amazon Flex openings for delivery drivers in the South Florida. You have to be on the lookout for Amazon Flex, guys, because they don't hire. I can't say it. I was going to say they don't hire a lot of drivers. I don't know how many drivers they hire, but it seems like they don't hire for long. So you need to go to Amazon Flex sign up. If you just Google that, Google Amazon Flex sign up, and it shows the cities that are available, right, that they're looking for drivers. I would bookmark that page. And to check, I would check it, every day. It takes a minute, right, just to check it every day to see if they open up in your city. Because typically there's not a lot of cities. They're only listing about 5 cities or so with openings. So once it opens, I would jump all over it. Let's see. Oh, Aussie, they advertise on your vehicle. I think you meant there, Joseph. I'm still open to car wrap advertising apps. I just have not seen one that, I don't know. I haven't seen one that's worked for me. I've looked at a few, and it just seemed more hassle than it's worth. I looked at reviews, and they didn't have the best reviews. So I really would have liked Wrapify to work. We'll see. We'll see. If an offer or something comes by, we'll have to weigh the cost benefit. Obviously you have a wrap on your car for 6 months or so. Hey, Timothy says, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, don't bother showing up. That's a very, very well-spoken line that I've definitely heard and kind of grew up on in middle school and high school is, yes, I hate being on time, and I wish that I could just disappear if I'm late. It's the most embarrassing thing. Definitely try to be early, right? Now, again, you can't be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to be late to some things. It happens, right? Any other final questions, guys? Hey, again, big shout outs to April for the $20 super chat. That was huge, and that's going right back into the channel to update our webcam, which again is looking very good right now. I'm thinking that these Elgato lights are really helping with the image here, but we're definitely still upgrading. You guys made your voice known, and we're going to be upgrading the webcam. And I'll tell you guys. I don't know if I was going to tell you. I'm going to tell you guys that for those of you that have stuck around this long in the live stream, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the rebroadcast, I really want to get that Elgato green screen behind me. It's literally, I'm sure you guys know what a green screen is, right? It pops up behind you and allows me to cut out my image, and everything else behind me is transparent. So whenever we go into this screen, you won't see the background behind me. You'll just see me. And it looks nice and clean. And oh, by the way, we have a live subscription counter as well, which is pretty neat. That is a live subscription counter. Then we have the little graphic down there too, which I think is pretty cool. Very cool. We updated a few things. So I would love to get that green screen. Excuse me. We're going to be updating the mic, even though no one said they wanted to update the mic. I think this mic is pretty good, but there's something about the boom mic that swivels in. I think those are so cool. I want to get one of those. And there's something else. Oh, yes. So I'm really getting a lot of the Elgato products, and one of them is the Elgato Stream Deck Mini. I'll tell you what, guys. Any super chats in the next week or so are going straight into these products specifically. The Elgato Stream Deck Mini, which allows me to do things like this, toggle between scenes, but right now I'm clicking within OBS. You can see my mouse right here in the middle, and I click on that to switch scenes. The Elgato Stream Deck Mini allows me to simply press a button on a little device here next to me, and I can do that without clicking, and I can set a lot of different scenes to change things really seamlessly. But I really do like this webcam shot right here with the imagery in the corner here. I think that's pretty cool. But the green screen will make this even cleaner. I'm really excited for that. So any super chats, which are highly appreciated, but obviously not mandatory, are going straight into that equipment here. Chocolate says, what about Blue Crew or Wanolo? They have on-demand gig. See, all these apps I have never heard of. I have to check these out, guys. There's so many. There's so many in the gig economy, right? Uber Girl Paula, thanks for being here. Ramin, thanks for joining. How expensive is living in San Diego? I always thought about moving to some city in California. It's very expensive. It's expensive. To compare, I was splitting an apartment in Pittsburgh for about $550 per month, and that included utilities as well as 2 parking spaces. Now, it's a very old building. You know, Pittsburgh is it's a steel town, a former steel town. A lot of those buildings are old. I'm talking 100-plus-year-old buildings. And I was sharing that with my brother for about $550 each, and you get the 2 parking spaces and utilities included. Now here, I am lucky enough to rent in this very nice home that's around $600,000 or so, this home. And rent here is $950 plus utilities, which are about $1,000. And luckily, I have a garage parking space, which is fantastic. But that just changed here in 2019. For the whole last year, I was parking out on the street. So I have a good setup here. But if you were looking at living in San Diego, really a 1-bedroom studio apartment, or maybe just a regular small apartment, you're looking at like $1,300 with probably no parking. I'm not sure about utilities, so I think I got a steal here. Now, granted, it's a house, you know, roommates versus a private apartment, right? Chocolate says, all of California is expensive. I live in Napa, California. It's expensive, but well worth it. I mean, it's expensive. Yeah, it's expensive in California, but I think it is well worth it. It's beautiful here. It is raining right now. We need the rain, I guess, but it is very beautiful when it's sunny out and warm. Well, guys, I think that's about it. I'm going to get going. Again, thank you to April for the super chat. I appreciate you guys being here. One more thing, if you haven't done so already, could you please leave a like on this video? It shows me that you get value in this live stream, the one you're watching right now. Videos, content here on the channel gets more people in here, more people on your Driver Mike team, and of course, since we're streaming here on YouTube, on the MacBook Pro, on the internet, again, on the YouTube ecosystem, it boosts us in YouTube's algorithm, which is awesome. So if you haven't done so already, please leave a like on your way out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.